on the phones, but that of course is including preloaded games. What we have done as a survey, we then asked users, hey, how many of you have downloaded a game to your phone or played an online multiplayer game? And the overwhelming majority of users actually responded in the negative, that they had not, which to many ways is not that surprising. And we thereby asked, hey, well, what are the reasons why you haven't? The main reasons were that they either didn't have a need for it, which suggests that there's a question of awareness and that kind of thing. We can talk about that, I'm sure. But as well that the device doesn't actually support the game, which again is something that I think yesterday's announcement will certainly make a good effort towards. I think there are a number of challenges, however, Keith, to come to your question about, what are the other barriers that we see? Well, certainly from a technical perspective of the device, we got to look at it from a perspective of battery life, the position of the buttons, and at the end of the day, the content, right? The content is the king, and without the providers, that's the key.
And we'll definitely talk about that in a short while. I'll just move to Ludovic right now. Ludovic, Gameloft has grown leaps and bounds, from a company perspective on the back of the growth of, your core products, which are mobile games, and you guys create, hundreds of games for thousands of devices. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, exactly. So Gameloft, when I entered the company in 2002, was an 80-employee company. It's now a 3,300 employee company. So
80 to 3,300.
Yeah, exactly.
In 5 years.
Yeah, in 5 years. So you look at the numbers. I mean, the revenue. It was around 4 million euro revenue in 2003. And prospective revenue for 2007 would be around 95, 100 million euro. So there is a big boost. But I think it's all connected to the company strategy. I mean, what we try to do at Gameloft is try to see what is the consumer's expectation on how we can make the download experience easier. Because we just heard that there's a big gap between playing game on mobile and downloading game on mobile. So I think it's like a triangle. We got the network operator, the handset manufacturer, and the publisher to work together into building something that is really easy to play. So I think that let's talk about engage. I think that this way we have something that's really trying to see the perspective, the end user perspective with the try and buy, which I think is a great leverage to move to the future and a new boost of sales.
Right. So Vishal, just quickly move to you then. Is this the similar experience that you've seen in your markets as well?
I think the key problem which we're seeing not just in India, worldwide, is that today we were relying pretty much 100% on the mobile operators to deliver the mobile content to the user. So while Nokia did a great job at providing the multimedia computers and the great mobile handsets, we worked hard, Gameloft worked hard in supporting everything, but somewhere there was a big problem in the consumers being able to access it. And it could be for various reasons, lack of focus, or there are multiple reasons why that happened. And I think the scenario today really is that all of you have, just imagine if you all have the highest end Intel CPU laptop with 20 gigs RAM, but you're running DOS on it. So that's what's happening today. Consumers just don't have the applications. And coming back to the whole experience of downloading a game or finding it, it's currently, I think, limited to geeks. I think that's what it is. So people who do tend to download have to somehow figure out to enter all the 100 settings in it and then find out whether the right game was downloaded. So the user experience was a challenge. And I think that's the single biggest problem which we have seen. If you ask anyone whether he needs